I would like to thank you all for coming to this hopefully very brief but also very informative presentation. For those of you that are new to the company, just give you a brief history of the technology with TNT. TNT has been in business now for 20 years. It doesn't really seem like 20 years, but believe it or not, that's been 20 years, since 1993. That first year in business, the company had one computer, and it was a 512 megabyte hard drive. Compared to technology today, each employee, we have 5 employees, I should mention, and each employee has their own desktop computer and their own high-powered phone system as well. That includes intercom system. Each of the 5 computers operate on a 2 terabyte hard drive system. So our technology has come a long way. But that brings us to our technology in regards to our communication system. With the telephone system being our primary source of communication, email has also been one of our primary sources of communicating with one another. As a result of that situation, I put together a research team to implement further technology to see if instant messaging would be advantageous for the company. At the beginning, my hypothesis in regards to instant messaging was that instant messaging would beat email hands down in regards to just raw speed. My research team has let me know, has informed me of their findings primarily on the internet in regards to instant messaging versus email, and they have concurred that instant messaging beats email hands down in relation to just raw speed in relation to communication one-on-one or one with another. With that said, we have taken steps to implement instant messaging within our computer systems. And one of the main concerns when implementing this technology was the cost involved. When the research team partnered up with our IT personnel, it was learned that instant messaging is already incorporated with our Windows 7 system when we went over to Windows 7. Therefore, the additional cost would be 0. So there would be no additional cost when implementing this instant messaging. The only other issue that we had in regards to our research and our studies in implementing instant messaging was whether or not it would be a deterrent rather than a benefit. And the reason I said that is because whether or not our employees would be responsible enough to only use instant messaging for work purposes. In other words, we wouldn't use instant messaging to message our friends or message family and become so engrossed with instant messaging that we weren't really using it for work purposes but only for personal purposes. So again, we consulted with our IT personnel, and he informed us that that wouldn't be a problem, that we would be able to monitor each workstation to make sure that instant messaging was only being utilized for the purpose of business. So with the fact that we will be implementing instant messaging so that we can have faster response times with one another, this is also to inform you all that the instant messaging system will be monitored to make sure that it's only being used for work purposes. With that said, hopefully you all will enjoy the instant messaging that will be instituted in the company, but remember that it's only for work purposes. Thank you for coming out.